Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back! Woo yeah! Hello everybody, it's the D-Rock the Nerd, and welcome back to my channel. I know wow, that was like the worst intro I ever had, but I don't care. Let's try it again. Welcome to Pokemon Crystal. I know, probably not the best way how I can start off a new Let's Play, but hey, I'm back! I know it's been a while, but hey, time to get right into it. Alright. So, while I'm working on this at the very moment, I do want to say, this is the only sister game that I have yet to play, which is a real shame, really. So, of course, I'm a guy, but then again, I could be a girl in disguise. Okay, no, I'm not going that far. Okay. What? You woke me up? You checked the clock for me? What time is it? It is currently 10 o'clock. This is like the 5th time I'm recording this, because I've been having a lot of crashes, a lot of failed recordings, but anyway. And I had to press up 11 times, so it is currently 10:11. Whoa. Man, it doesn't matter, I can change that later on. I don't care. Well, so to keep you waiting, welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People call me the Pokemon Prof, or Professor for short. This world is inhabited by creatures that we call Pokemon. Hello, Whooper. People and Pokemon live together by supporting each other. Some people play with Pokemon, and some battle with them. God damn it! 5th time in a row that I keep forgetting about that. Remember that next time, Derek, if you fail again. But we don't know everything about Pokemon yet. There are still many mysteries to solve. That's why I study Pokemon every day. Hooray! Now, what did you say your name was? Well, right here we can give these custom names right here. Hello, Proton John. I don't have to do that. My name, that I love so much, well, not really, because a lot of people tend to misspell this name every once in a while. Probably thinking of changing it one day in the future. And that, for now, is Derek. There's a lot of ways how you can spell it. Live with it. Derek, are you ready? Your very own Pokemon story is about to unfold. You'll face fun times and tough challenges. The world of dream and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go! Okay. Now, before I go any further, I do want to say, this is the only Pokemon game that, at least that I'm fully aware of, that does not give you a potion at the very beginning of the game. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, and we are getting stopped by our mother. Professor Elm was looking for you. He said he wanted you to do something for him. How'd you got it that time? Oh, I almost forgot. Your Pokemon gear is back from the repair shop. Did I run over it or something? Like, how did I break it? I never figured that out. I guess that doesn't really matter that much. Especially if you want to be a good trainer. Oh, the day of the week isn't set. You mustn't forget that. What day is it? It is currently Monday. Oh, that's not I'm recording this. Is there a same time out there? Nope. No. Is there a time? Okay. You know what? You know what? Fine. You know what? fix it off screen. So, oh well, it doesn't really matter that much. I'll take care of that off screen. But anyway, welcome to New Bark Town. I know, nice, huh? Okay. All right, Elmy. What do you have to say? And I will never call him Elmy again. Maybe if you want me to call him Elmo or something, you can tell me in the comments. Anyway, I need to ask you a favor. I'm conducting new Pokemon research right now. I was wondering if you could help me with it, Derek. You see, I'm writing a paper that I want to present at a conference, but there are some things I don't quite understand yet. So, I'd like you to raise a Pokemon that I recently caught. You got it! Thanks, Derek. You're a great help. When I announce my findings, I'm sure I will delve a bit deeper into many mysteries of Pokemon. You can count on it. Oh, hello. Oh, hey, I got an email. Okay. Hey, listen. I have an acquaintance called Mr. Pokemon. Bet he was called a lot of weird stuff in high school, huh? Like maybe Magikarp, or I don't know. He keeps finding weird things and raving about his discoveries. Anyway, I just got an email from him saying that this time it's real. It is intriguing, but we're busy with our Pokemon research. Wait, I know! Derek, can you go in our place? Wouldn't hurt, right? Be that Pokemon's first partner, Derek. Go and pick one. I'm actually going to be going with a bit of a different choice than usual. I haven't gone with any fire starters yet, but I will most definitely go with a fire starter in the next Pokemon Let's Play. But first, I wanted to go with a challenge, so I'll uncover this on Pokemon at first. And I'll get into the other Pokemon at a later time. So for now, let's go over Chikorita! Chikorita is a pure grass type Pokemon. Chikorita, in this particular game, it's actually more of a challenge. So if you wanted to go for an expert level, go with Chikorita. It's not a bad Pokemon. It's more defensive than some of the other grass types out there, especially out in the Johto region. But I decided to go with a challenge. I'll cover the other two starters as well as the evolutions at a later point in the game. So for now, let's give this thing a nickname. Oops. I am going to go with probably one of the weirdest names that I can ever come up with. I'm going to be calling it Weedleaf. I know, dumb name, I know. Mr. Pokemon lives a little bit north of Cherry Grove, the next city over. It's almost a direct route there, so you can't miss it. But just in case, here's my phone number. Call me if anything comes up. Yay! Okay. If your Pokemon is hurt, you should heal it with this machine. Feel free to use it any old time. Derek, I'm counting on you. Okay, bye-bye. Hello. Derek, I want you to have this for your errand. And he gives us a potion. Only one potion. So I guess that's your one free potion at the beginning of the game. There are only two of us, so we're always so busy. Then hire some more people, you crazy fool! Some geniuses you are! Who are you? So this is the famous Elm from Pokemon Lab. What are you staring at? Well, screw you too! Okay, so right here at Route 29, there are 5 Pokemon that you can find out here. I guess I'll go and quickly cover them. The first one you can run into is very likely going to be a Pidgey. Never mind. Anyway, Pidgey is the very first normal flying type that you can find in the game. I like Pidgey quite a bit. I don't really recommend it that much since there are some better flying type ones out there that you can use. When it evolves into Pidgeotto at level 18, it becomes a more stronger normal flying type, and also becomes more bulky later on. And when it evolves into Pidgeot at level 36, it becomes a very good normal flying type. But personally, I think there are some better ones out there, so that's pretty much it for the Pidgey line right there. The other one that you can find out here is Rattata, which is your basic generic rat in this place. So I don't really recommend Rattata that much, except for using an HM slave. But when it evolves into Raticate at a fairly early level, it becomes a decent HM slave. But personally, I prefer Sentret for an HM slave for you guys, which is a much better normal type. Like it can learn moves like Cut and Surf. But once it evolves into Fur at level 15, it can also learn from the move Strength outside of battle, which is awfully nice. But if you wanted to catch a Sandrent and use it as a decent HM, so it'd be my guess. Now the other Pokemon that you can find out here, only at night, you can find Hoothoot out here. Hoothoot is basically just a Pidgey, but it's more specially distributed. When it evolves in a Noctowl, I believe at level 20, and what the? Where did I get a berry? I didn't know that happened. Okay, never mind. Hoothoot will actually Noctowl will start learning some more psychic moves, which is very nice. Then lastly, the other Pokemon you can find only this early in the game and only in Crystal, and that's Hoppip. Hoppip is not a very good Pokemon. It's the only moves that it will know at this particular level. I believe it'll probably just learn Splash, which is one of the worst moves in the entire game. So even if you want it, don't catch it now. Even when it evolves into Skiploom at a fairly decently high level, and then in the Jumpluff, I just kind of find that the whole Jumpluff line would be like the worst grass types that you can get in the game. Heck, even the weakest Pokemon at the moment, which you can find later on in the game, is even better than those if used correctly. There's also a route that was just north of this place, Route 29, but I'll cover that in a later time, back to when I get things more fixed up from the last time. And speaking of the devil, there's a Hoppip right there. I will be doing some off-screen training, just like I did in my previous Pokemon games, Platinum and Fire Red. Who are you? I'm waiting for Pokemon that appear only at night. Excuse me, what am I thinking of? Hoothoot is a Pokemon that only appears more often in the nighttime, so that's not too bad, I guess. So I guess that does it for the time being. We also have a berry tree right there that'll give you a berry. I'm not going to cover all the apricorns that you can get in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So, unfortunately, I'm going to be holding that off later on. So, what we want to do next is we want to go ahead and talk to this guy. He'll actually give you something pretty useful. So, I guess that's going to be pretty important. Basically showing us experts that they're thinking we're noobs around here, so I'm not a noob, okay? Why would they think I'm a noob? I mean, come on, I've been playing Pokemon for a long time now. And I have been loving the Pokemon for years and years and years and years. Okay. And I apologize if this one is taking too long. I just want to get this over with. It gives us the map card. That way we can see the entire Johto region right there on our Pokegear. I guess I could show you that real quick. Here's our Pokegear. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get that thing all fixed up later on. But this right here is Johto, which is a very nice region. It's actually my... I mean, it's not in a bad region. I don't know. I'm just going off, rambling on again. But anyway, welcome to Route 30. Route 30 has some new Pokemon here. I guess I could cover those Pokemon right now. Right here you have Caterpie, and then it's evolved for Metapod. They can be found most often in Gold. And you can find Caterpies more often in Crystal as well. If you want to get a Butterfree, which you can actually get at it later on, I recommend you start off as a Caterpie. Now, in the original games, the Caterpie line was not that great, so I guess it doesn't really mean that it's better in this one, but it's up to you guys. You can also find its poison counterpart, Weedle, right here, as well as its evolution, Kakuna, which appear more often in Silver, but hardly in Crystal. So that's kind of a thing for you. But like I said, same story with Caterpie. If you want to raise into its final evolution, Beedrill, just catch it as a Weedle. Now let's go ahead and cover some of the newer Pokemon you can find out here. One of them is Spinarak. Spinarak sucks horribly. You can find these things more often in the night, in gold and in crystal, but I don't really recommend this one at all. But even when it evolves it into Ariados at a decently high level, it just doesn't be... It's not a very good Pokemon at all. There's just some better bug types out there. But then you have Ladybug. Ladybug is pathetic. You can find these things more often in the morning, in both Silver and Crystal. But unfortunately, I don't really recommend any of these bug types. They're not a good bug type at all. Even if it's evolved form, Ladian is not a good Pokemon. Being named the 5-star Pokemon, that's just a big middle finger to us Pokemon fans out there. Should be named the 1-star Pokemon. But one interesting thing about Ladybug is that in its evolution, it can learn Comet Punch, which is not great moves. It's basically just a more powerful version of Double Slap. I'll cover the other 2 Pokemon in just a minute, so just give me a couple minutes. But anyway, we've gotten the Mystery Egg from Mr. Pokemon. I know a couple who run a Pokemon daycare service. They gave me that egg. I was intrigued, so I sent mail to Professor Oak. Professor Elm, my god. The typo scenario is not that great. For Pokemon evolution, Professor Elm is the authority. Even Professor Oak here recognizes that. If my assumption is correct, Professor Elm will know it. Aha, so you're Derek. I'm Oak, a Pokemon researcher. I was just visiting my old friend, Mr. Pokemon. I heard you were running an errand for Professor Elm, so I waited here. Oh, what's this? A rare Pokemon? Let's see. I see. I understand why Professor Elm gave you a Pokemon for this errand. To researchers like Professor M and I, Pokemon are our friends. We saw that you would treat your Pokemon with love and care. Ah, you seem to be dependable. How would you like me to help me out? See, this is the latest version of the Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Hooray for the Pokédex, which later became a Bulbapedia. I think it was celebrating 10 years now for being online. I don't know. Go meet many kinds of Pokemon and complete that Pokédex. But I stayed too long. I have to get into going around my usual radio show. Derek, I'm counting on you. See ya! Your attendant, Professor Elm. Here, your Pokemon should have some rest. Thank you. I'm depending on you. Okay, hello. Hello! Hello, Derek, it's a disaster. It's just terrible. What should I do? Oh no! Please, get back here now. Oh, looks like someone is having a bit of a problem. Random encounter. Okay. And of course, it's a picture. Also, I gotta say, I'm really glad that Crystal introduced these awesome sprite animations to make it much more easier for us to see Pokemon out in the wild. I mean, I'm so glad they did that. And even Pokemon Emerald just made that a whole much better. And later on, in future games like in Pokemon Platinum, they just smoothed that out so much nicer. And I'm very happy for that. Okay, but anyway, now that that's out of the way, I wanted to do something. Did I? Yeah, yes I did. I want to go ahead and get that weed leaf real quick. Also, while I'm at it, I do want to say, I'm really glad that they sorted these out here in our bags. So glad they fixed that from Red and Blue. Okay, I guess now, we come out here. You got a Pokemon at the lab. What a waste, a wimp like you. Don't you get what I'm saying? Well, I too have got good Pokemon. I'll show you what I mean. Wimp like me? What a bitch. Okay, you kind of look like a girl. I know I can't be the only one that thinks this, but I always thought that he was a girl when I first played Gold for the first time. But anyway, this Pokemon trainer sends out basically the starter Pokemon that has the type advantage for you. And that Pokemon is Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil is arguably the best Pokemon to go with in this particular game. It has basically the same kind of stats as the Charmander line from Red and Blue. So if you love raising that kind of Pokemon from back then, it'll be a good Pokemon in this game too. If you started off with a Cyndaquil, he would have a Totodile. Totodile is a very, very good water type Pokemon. It's one of my personal favorites. And with that huge jaw of his, It can't get the job done better, huh? Alrighty. Yay! Level 7. Well done. We leave. Alright. Are you happy you won? Of course I'm happy that I won. My name, I don't know. I'm going to be the world's greatest Pokemon trainer. Hey! Don't shove me out of the way. Okay, while that guy's being a punk, I guess I can go ahead and talk about the other two Pokemon that you can find only in the nighttime in Crystal, and that is Zubat. Zubat, believe it or not, you find these Pokemon a whole lot more often in later parts in the game, in every game in the second generation. But believe it or not, despite on how common you find them, it's actually a very good Pokemon. When it evolves into Golbat at a decently high level, it becomes more faster, and it becomes... Well, when did my Pokemon get out? I don't know. It becomes much more better for what it does for sweeping your opponents. To evolve it, you need to level it up by raising its happiness, which is an alright thing, I guess. It does take a while, especially for someone like me that does it. I don't know. But then the other Pokemon you can find out there, only in the nighttime in Crystal, and that is a Poliwag. Poliwag is actually not a bad Pokemon. It can evolve into a few different kinds of Pokemon later on, but I'll get into that in a second. I heard a Pokemon who was stolen here. I was just getting some information from Professor M. Apparently it was a young male with long red hair. What? You battled a trainer like that? Did you happen to get his name? Well, here we can name it anything you want. I'm personally going to name him... and you know what? Maybe I'll relive off Super Skarmory and just... Excuse me. Yes, I went that far. I called him Emil. If you know who Emil is, and then I feel very bad for you. So Emil was his name. Thanks for helping me on the investigation. Okay. Real quick, I guess I can go heal up real quick. Okay. Now, as I was saying, Poliwag also evolves into Poliwhirl at a decently high level, which is not bad, I guess. To evolve it, you have two choices. You can either evolve it with the use of a Water Stone into Poliwrath, which becomes a Water Fighting type, very good Pokemon in this particular game. Personally, I think there are some better Water types and Fighting types out there, but that's up to you guys. But then the other one that you can get by only while holding a King's Rock and trading with someone, you will get Politoed. While its stats may not be the best ones out there, but if used correctly in a later game, especially in the 4th generation, it becomes a monster. So that's it for that one. So let's talk to you real quick. Derek, this is terrible. Oh yes, what was Mr. Pokemon's big discovery? This? But is it a Pokemon egg? If it is a great discovery. What? Professor Oak gave you a Pokédex? Derek, that is just true. That's incredible. I don't think this guy goes out much, does he? He is superb at seeing the potential Pokemon as trainers. Wow, Derek, you may have what it takes to become the champion. You seem to be great getting on great with Pokemon too. You should take the Pokemon Gym Challenge. The closest gym would be the one in Violet City. Derek, the road to the championship would be a long one. Before you leave, make sure that you talk to your mom. That I'm going to be doing in the next part. So, oh my god, it feels so great to be back. But thank you all so much for watching for this part. So next time, we'll be talking to our mother, getting out of here. Bye-bye.